are you feeling ahead of the weekend, and I guess a match where you're going to want to try and get the ball rolling and get that first win of the season?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think the start's been the start results-wise. I think we understand the start of the season brings fresh challenges and getting up to speed. Some get up to speed quicker than others, and the performances haven't necessarily been poor. It's just results obviously haven't been exactly what we wanted, but we're looking forward to what's coming up. We're looking forward to the game on Saturday, and we're looking forward to getting back to the level and the real kind of high level that we know we're capable of. So looking forward to what's ahead.
It was a big challenge you had on your hands when you came in midway through last season. Where do you kind of rate this or compare it to what you had last season when you came in? Where you're at now?
It's a totally different ball game, really. I think we know each other very well. We've had a fair turnover of players, to be honest, in recent weeks, but we know each other very well in general as a group. We know what we expect of each other, and they know what they get from us as a coaching staff, the players, and we certainly know what we're getting off the players. And I'm confident that we'll play better, we'll improve. I'm confident results will turn around for sure, but it's up to us to be able to do that and go and show that we're capable of doing it and go and prove to do that. But 2 games into the season, so it is what it is. It's time to improve, but it's not a time for panic by any stretch.
I think I more meant, obviously you've lost Archer and Akpom, unsurprisingly, given I suppose how well Akpom did last season, and then Archer's gone back to his parent club. When you take those goals out of a team, I guess it's difficult to try and find replacements who are going to come in and do just as well.
Yeah, you've got to evolve as a team and as a group and find ways. I think as history's proven over time, players come and go with football clubs, and you've got to move on quickly. Obviously respect them and thank them for the work and the help they give us when they're here as players, but we've got a responsibility to move on and find the best way that's next. And sometimes that's like for like, sometimes that's sticking with it and trying to improve it, sometimes it's adapting and being flexible and having different threats in different ways. So that's the balance we've got to find.
And I guess as far as the club are concerned, losing Chuba, obviously you lose his goals, but it's on the outside looking in, it looks like good business from the club to get that amount of money in for a player with just 1 year left in his deal.
Yeah, I mean the reality of the situation is, Chuba had a year left, and he's done fantastic for us. And Ajax is a fantastic football club as well, and it's a great opportunity for him. So he goes with our blessing and our best wishes because he's done so well, and I wish we could have kept him. I wish we could have worked something out, but it wasn't to be, and we got to accept that. And it's us as a football club. We got to find the best way of moving forward, and we're looking to do that. We're doing that already, and we got to look ahead now and think that the bright future that's possible that we can have.
Just one more on him, if you don't mind. I know you don't pat yourself on the back too often, but you must be proud of the role that you played, the club played in his development last season, that saw him win all those awards, top scorer, and then get, as you say, that amazing move to Ajax.
Yeah, I was pleased for him to be able to show what he was capable of, and to have this, the spell that he has had, and terrific stage in his career for him to go and prove himself in the next chapter for Chuba. And hopefully it goes well. If we've played a small part in helping him and developing and improving, find that confidence again in his game, then great. I speak about all the time, but we've got a real passion about trying to develop the players and help them and become what they can, or as good as they can possibly be. And so when you see players improve, not necessarily to the kind of the levels of Chuba, but any improvements from day to day, week to week, for me that's small successes, and over time we need to do that more and enable us to be better as a team.
2 new signings in this week. What's your thoughts on the business that you've done ahead of this game, and will they be, or are they likely to be involved at the weekend?
Yeah, obviously pleased. I think 2 fantastic characters, fantastic people first and foremost. I think that's important, that we're bringing good people into the group, both desperately wanted to be here and are looking forward to contributing in a big way to the group in two important positions and two important players for us, in the squad we have, and gives us other options and flexibility. So delighted we've got them in. We obviously been working over a period of time to improve the squad and get the players in the right positions, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time and things need to work out, but now Lucas and Manu are here and training with a group and for a short spell, but we've trained and looking forward to seeing them perform well.
And Manu scored goals last season, I think in pre-season as well. Does that help the fact, I know he's coming to a different league, but the fact that he's got confidence behind him, he could potentially hit the ground running? That's what you would hope, I guess.
Yeah, obviously, without putting too much on his shoulders. I think it's important he settles and finds his feet and gets used to being around the place and around the players, and the other side of it is kind of how we play and what we expect and fitting in that way. But I'm excited. The type of player that is unpredictable, sharp, really sharp in and around the box, and gives us something a little bit different. So really excited to see what he's how he develops and what he's capable of.
And just finally from me, you touched on it a moment ago when I asked about the challenge of this season compared to last. We saw how well the team did from sort of November onwards last season to get yourself right up there to a third place, a fourth place finish, wasn't it? Does that show that exactly why you don't need to panic, you don't need to worry at the moment, because you can go on a run like that and the season is so long?
Oh, such a long season, yeah. I mean, listen, of course we're desperate to win football matches, and that's what we're here for. Of course it is, but it's a long old season, and we're putting things in place that we think will help us in the long run and give us the best chance of having consistent results. So as always, have an eye on that bigger picture. The next game is important. The next one after that is important. But of course, there's two eyes. There's one on them, and then there's one on the grand scheme of things. And it is a long old season.
Thanks, Michael. Cheers.
Hi, Michael. Just going back to Chuba, how much of a personal frustration can it be when a deal can be good for the player, it can be good business for the club, particularly as Keith said, going into that final year of the contract, but you personally, you're there to try and get the best out of the team, get the most goals on the pitch. I mean, how much of a personal frustration is it when you lose players and it's kind of just football?
Yeah, it's an acceptance, to be honest. I think we understand it. It's the reality. It is what it is. I understand that, of course. In some ways, I'm glad that it's worked out. Definitely it didn't end in bad circumstances at all. Chuba's gone with our blessing, and we wish him all the very best, because we know what he's given us as a group. He understands what we've done to help him from a club's point of view, and it's natural. It's a terrific move for him. It's a great club. The transfer fee is what it is, his value is what it is, and my position is exactly that, is what it is, and it's about moving forward now and evolving and finding ways to be effective again as a team. That's the challenge. I know that, I understand that, and I'm looking forward to what we need to do to be able to find a way to do that.
2 weeks left of the window. I mean, would you be actively seeking another forward to bring in? I
think, as I've said it all along, I think we're always looking to improve. I think whatever that throws up in times, we've got a plan that we're kind of working towards. Sometimes it falls into place quicker than others. That's the transfer window. That's the crazy time of year that it is. But we're calm. We understand where we need to be, and we're working towards that.
Been a tough start, and then of course you're coming against the wily old master Neil Warnock. I mean, how much are you looking forward to that sort of tactical battle of wits?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. They're a good team. They make it very difficult for you. They proved that again against Leicester at the weekend, how difficult they made it for them. And we felt that when we went there towards the end of last season as well. And so we understand the challenge and what we need to be good at, and we need to be effective with. But of course, looking forward to it. It's the next game, and we're looking to bounce back.
And he did it here, obviously, when Borough was struggling at the bottom of the Championship, and did it at Huddersfield. It just makes teams much harder to beat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very effective. He's had I got a lot of respect for the work that he's done and the career that he's had in the teams he's produced. Knows the game, knows how to get results. Very effective at what he does. So we have to respect that, which we do. We've got to find a way of counteracting and being better for ourselves.
Hi Michael, just to touch on Tuba again. On a personal level, he spoke very well of you. He said you were the manager that he dreamed of his whole career. On a personal level, it must be quite sad to lose Tuba because you had a good personal relationship with him.
Yeah, of course. I think certain players, and I think as a group we're a really tight knit group, and I think of course when you go through and you have an element of success with individuals, or you kind of connect well, then there is that. But as I've just said, there's an acceptance as well. We understand the situation, how it works, and the business that we're in. And unfortunately, over the years, I've seen a lot of players come and go, whether it's teammates or whether it's players that I've coached or managed. So you've got to accept that. It's nice to part, if you like, on good terms. I think it's, especially when you've had some sort of success in good times, and appreciate kind of what everyone's done to get to this stage.
And coming the other way, you've got Manuel Latelath, who in his first interview with the club said he just can't wait to get out there. He obviously feels he's got a lot of goals in him, so that must be quite reassuring to see somebody with that mentality coming through the door. Yeah,
he's got a great personality. He's got a real kind of warm side to him, and smiling, and gives off a real good energy, and you can't help but feel that as soon as you meet him. And I think the boys have felt that in and around training already, and he's desperate, as Lucas is, to settle in, be part of the group, and obviously have an impact as a striker, as a number 9. So they tell me then there's a different feeling there, and obviously he wants to get off to a quick start, and goals are a big part of that. But it's sometimes it takes time, sometimes it happens quickly. But the impact that he can have in and around the group is proven there already.
Just looking back at the game against Coventry afterwards, you said it was about both boxes. Has it been frustrating for you that you've seen where the goals can come from? So like Morgan Rogers, some of the chances he's created for himself, some of the spaces he's worked and the efforts he's had, and it's just not quite clicked together yet.
Yeah, but that's part of, like we said, about being a long season and putting things in perspective without glossing over if there's an issue that we need to deal with or something we need to improve on. But I think we need to the bigger picture is what it is, and the season is what it is, and we need to invest in what we believe is going to give us the best chance over a period of a good few months, and backing the players with that. And I certainly do that. I think we've definitely got enough there to improve, to score goals, to create chances, to be dangerous. We've got to find a way of doing that, and we're not far off, as I've already said. There's no panic. We just need to fine tune and find that little edge and find that sharpness and a bit more clinical, and that's football. That's football. You've got to bring a little bit of everything to win matches.
And lastly for me, obviously that centre forward role, you've now got a lot of forwards who can really kind of try and stake a claim to that as a regular. Is that what you're impressed on the dressing room, that there's a position there that you can really push for?
I think the beauty of it, we got a forward line, we got a number of players that can play across different positions, 2 or 3 different roles across that front line that some of them can play in. Each player offers something a little bit different. Of course, is that challenge to go and get your place in the team, to go and keep your place in the team. But other than that, it's not, every week's not the be all and end all in terms of that. I think there's going to be times when we change things a little bit for game to game, and that's credit to the different attributes and the different strengths that we're fortunate to have, to be able to choose from, and the boys understand that. They're a team, they're a unit, they work together. Sometimes they've got to sacrifice themselves for the good of the group, and they're willing to do that because they're good lads and they know what we're trying to achieve.
Thanks, Michael.
Michael, you of course progressed against Huddersfield recently in the League Cup. What differences are you expecting in this game in the Championship?
It's a different game of football, of course it is. I think we're at home. I think the personnel throughout the team or teams rather will possibly be different. So it's style of play from both teams very similar, but I think 2 games are never the same. And as I've already said, we know what type of team they are, how effective they can be, and we need to be ready for that.
Given that you're still looking for your first league win, how important is it that you get the crowd involved from the off and get them up for it and make a fast start?
Yeah, it's important. Listen, it's not desperation by any stretch. You know, we're going to go about and build the performance and put things into the game exactly like we would any other week. There's no doing it any different now. 2 weeks into the season, you know, we've got a way of playing and we've got processes that we want to kind of tap into to be able to give us that chance. So it's definitely not any different how we go about this game to any other.
We've mentioned, of course, the incomings you've had this week. Can we expect any more business in the transfer window?
I don't know about expect. I think it's unpredictable at times. It's can be complicated. So you know, I'm not going to make a call either way. I think there is obviously work going on, and we've got a plan, as I've already said. You know, we're working towards. We'll just have to see how it pans out over the next couple of weeks.
Obviously, we're only two games in as far as the league's concerned, but in times like these, are there particular characters on the pitch that can help pull everybody through? And
yeah, there is. Yeah, but it's not. It's, as I said, we're 2 games in, you know, so it's not like we're looking to change the whole dynamics or we're looking someone to pull us through a really terrible situation. You know, we wanting to win games. Yeah, of course we are. I've had starts of seasons before that have ended up successful that maybe haven't started for the first couple of weeks, so is perfectly easy to hope for. So I'm pretty calm about it. We just need to invest and keep doing the right things and believing in ourselves and playing to our level, and I think we do that over the course of the season, then we'll be alright.
And the same with regards to the crowd coming in. Obviously got very good support at the away match at Coventry and Huddersfield, and it was a massive crowd at Millwall. Can the crowd play a part?
The crowd play a massive part. I think they always do, and you know, our way following again is already in those 2 games. It's been incredible, really, and the Millwall game, the atmosphere was fantastic, and I'm sure, you know, much of the same on Saturday. It's up to us to do our bit, you know, and to generate that energy and the feeling and the excitement within the stadium. Because the support we get is pretty special, so it's a 2-way thing. Hopefully we can connect and work together, and we'll have a good time.
Michael, can I just ask one more? Will you watch the final on Sunday, World Cup final?
I'll try and watch it. Yeah, I'll to be honest, at this stage I don't even know what time kickoff is. What time's kickoff?
I think it's 10 AM, maybe 10 or 11.
Is it right? Yeah. I'll try.
It should be up by then.
Yeah, touch and go, but yeah, I wish them all the best. I mean, it's fantastic to see them in the final and the whole country and behind them, and I'm no different. So it'd be something special if they managed to pull it off.
Yeah, what have you made of what they've done in the tournament so far, having won the Euros a couple of years ago, and being on the cusp of greatness, so to speak, for someone, of course, who's got 30 odd caps for England himself? Yeah,
I can imagine the energy and the confidence and the buzz around the camp is pretty special. It's I've always found when you're in it, in and around it, it's kind of business-like, really, and the outside's going a bit crazy, but within the group it's kind of a lot calmer and a lot more focused. But I'm sure there's a inner kind of excitement and buzz. It's an unbelievable occasion and an unbelievable opportunity. So hopefully they'll take it.